What is up, YouTube? I am the Aqua Student, and we have here the 55-gallon African cichlid tank. I've got a surprise for this tank. It's not quite ready to go into this tank yet, but that does not mean it's not ready to reveal to you guys. So, without any further ado, let's get started. So I'm going to give you guys 3 hints before I tell you what the surprise is. And hopefully by the 3rd hint, you'll know what's going on. Anyway, first hint, it has nothing to do with jalapenos. Where am I going with this? I really don't know. So, hint number 2. This tank is going to stay an African cichlid tank. So the fish that I'm going to be adding in will be from one of the Rift Lakes. I'm not going to say which lake it's from. These guys are all from Malawi, but the guys I'm going to be adding, maybe not from Malawi. So you purists might get a little angry about that. But then again, it could be from Malawi. You don't know. Now the 3rd and final hint lies in that pot right there. So what I have are a couple of shells that I have boiling. I don't really think this is all that necessary, but just in case. So I've got a couple shells here that will be the protective coating on these new fishes. I also have some PVC connections that I'm going to be making sort of artificial shells. The pet store only had the large hermit crab shells, and they were pretty expensive. Actually this selection wasn't all that great. I wasn't really going to go for any of the small football painted hermit crab shells. It first of all wouldn't look very good, and second of all, I don't think it would have even been large enough. So this is what I have right now. I also took a trip over to the local market and asked if they had any escargot shells. And since it's not near the holidays, they didn't have anything, and kind of looked at me a little strange. Like, why are you trying to get escargots? Whatever. So, got some shells in here. Shells African cichlids. What could that mean? Let's go. So I have with me here the basis of the artificial shells I'm going to be making. So in addition to the hermit crab shells I've also picked up some PVC. This is just a 3/4 inch elbow. The reason I picked up 3/4 inch is it's a decent amount of size, it's pretty cheap, and at some point in the future I would like to put on a sump on the 135 gallon. I'd probably end up using 3/4 inch PVCs. So this kind of just works out nicely. I could use this for any sort of overflow or hard plumbing to get them into the overflow into the sump or whatever I set up. But it's just a matter of taking a 3/4 inch PVC. I got one inch end caps, and that'll slide on the outside. I didn't want to crowd any or take away any of the room on the inside using a plug. So it just slides over on the outside, and there we have it. It's a nice artificial, semi-redneck looking shell. But I'm sure the surprise fish that's going to be going in are really going to enjoy them. Here we have it, the final reveal of the new surprise for the 55-gallon African cichlid tank. So I got the shells and the fake shells, I guess you can call them, in the 20 grow-out tank. And the reason I have them in here is because, well, it's not for the yellow lab fry. It's not for the lone Metroclima elongatus cheweri that I have fattening up a little bit. It's actually for these other pale guys in here. And if you haven't been able to put the pieces together, these guys are shell dwellers. It's an African cichlid. Well, I guess there are a bunch of different fish in there under that name. But they are from Lake Tanganyika. These guys are Neolamprologus multifasciatus. A very little guy. They stay, I think males get up to about 2 inches in size, and females might hit 1 inch. So they've got a little bit of growing to do still. And I want to get some more shells or something before I put them into the big tank. My biggest concern is that the peacock in there is going to think these guys are snack size. One thing that I'm not concerned about with is these guys getting picked on, because I mean, immediately they come in here and just start bossing everyone around. It's quite surprising to see. Most cichlids, when they have their territory, it's hard for them to get kicked out. But these guys came in here and immediately took over. So they do have a little bit of an attitude, and it's kind of fun to watch. They also have some great coloration, nice stripes on them, and a little bit of yellow finnage. Very cool to see. Another thing is, in the 55-gallon, it's mostly Mbuna cichlids. So Mbuna are herbivores, whereas these guys from Lake Tanganyika are actually carnivores, just like the peacock. So that's a little bit of a concern, especially since these guys are going to be staying near the bottom. But I feed that tank a nice variety of food anyway, and so far the Mbuna and peacocks have been getting along nicely on the diet. So I don't think it's going to be that much of an issue. It's just a matter of size and getting the cover in there for them. So I'm going to be looking for, well, hopefully more shells like this. I really wanted to get some escargot shells, but wasn't able to do that yet. I'll keep my eye out for them, and hopefully in the next few weeks I'll be able to find some more. And these guys will get a little bit larger, and I'll be more comfortable with putting them into the tank. But this is the new surprise for the 55-gallon African cichlid tank. I'm going to be mixing Lake Malawi and Lake Tanganyika cichlids, so you purists beware, but that's alright. I'm excited to experiment a little bit, and from what I've read online, there really shouldn't be that big of an issue as long as these guys won't get snacked on, because they'll definitely hold their own, and yep, looking forward to seeing them in there. The guy that I got them from was hoping to get or establish a rift lake tank in the future, and hopefully I'll be able to get these guys breeding a little bit. That way he'll be a little happy once he's able to convince his landlord to allow him to get another tank. So that's what's been going on here. Also take a quick look at the Yellow Lab grow out tank. I'm looking to rehome these guys now. They're pushing 2 inches. So there you have it, folks. That's the new surprise that'll be going in the 55-gallon African cichlid tank in the next few weeks. Looking forward to getting them in there, but got to take it one step at a time. Thank you guys very much for watching, and of course you already know what happened in this video because you've liked my Facebook page. That's facebook.com/aquastudent. If you haven't yet, go ahead and check that out for more frequent updates on the 20 grow out tank Yellow Lab Fry, 29-gallon planted South American community, the 55-gallon tank in the other room, as well as the 135 that's just on the other side of this wall. Once again, thank you guys for watching. Fish on.